Hello, this is Leon here for week 10. And this week we are discussing computer science in the K-12 curriculum. So should it be included in the curriculum? Why or why not computer science? I think it should be included in the curriculum. I think that a lot of times in today we just focus on the end product and not the process of how it became. Like a lot of people don't really know where their food comes from, what processes it goes through before it gets to their table. Um, it just shows up in a box or already in front of them in a fast food joint, and it leaves a huge part of the science out. And then they don't really understand everything that went into that. And I think that a lot of common sense and things that people use to solve those problems are missed out on. And in computer science, I think it should be added because we're technology based pretty much now, and we're just going to get more in depth and go down that road a lot more. Look at all the standards we have and how all the pushes for technology in our classrooms and in our jobs, and I think that all of our students could benefit from understanding the drive behind that and what causes all those machines and machinery to think and function and to work. I guess I shouldn't say think, but to follow their code. I think that's very important for them to see the fundamentals, and I think it should start at an early age. I think that computer science should start just as early as anything else, as in English, math, and science. So in elementary for sure, and then as they go through the years, it just get more in depth until they can select a course in either middle school or high school where they can get completely hands-on into that content area. So second question, if it's going to be included in the curriculum, how should it be implemented? So if it's going to be implemented, just kind of like what I was just saying a second ago, I believe that it should be implemented from elementary on up, whether it's just given a section once a year in each grade, like the unit on it, and then at least by the time they get to middle school or high school, they're familiar with the terminology, the basics, concepts behind it, and so that'll alleviate a lot of the confusion of what coding actually is. And then there's already competitions out there that involve coding for games. Science Olympiad had coding for games, so there's already stuff out there, but we could definitely improve upon it. So the third question, how could you integrate computer science into your content area? So just like I just mentioned a second ago, once again, Science Olympiad, when I was teaching in Montana, there was a group that just had coding there. You could code your own little game. You make it your character do certain things based on what you code, and that's one way to do it. Another way you can integrate computer science is have the students design something on their own, using some of these cookie cutter coding things like Hour of Code. They've already designated code into these blocks, commands, and then you can make these commands do certain things. And you can do that for any content area, but usually there's already a lot of programs out there, so you don't have to create something yourself. You just have to hijack it and make it your own, and you can do that. And that's all I got. So see you next week.